the class. You're welcome to another interesting class. In this class, we'll be talking about shapes, colors in basic design. But this is a practical class, although we'll be defining what is shape, what is color in basic design in relation to graphics. But what we'll be carrying out is the book cover, the procedure, the process of executing a book cover and what a book cover entails. All the necessary things that should be noticed when producing a book cover. Journey with me into the practical class. Thank you.
Good day, students. I welcome you all to another wonderful week and to another wonderful and interesting topic. In this topic, we'll be discussing shapes and color in basic design. The creation of planes with paper, the creation of paws, the creation of caps, the creation of wristwatch with papers are examples of basic design. And I'm so sure one way or another you'd have created one of these things. That means you already have an idea of what basic design is all about. But in today's class, we'll be looking at the creation of book cover. But before we go into that, why don't you know a brief thing or a brief history about basic design? The concept of basic design was used in the Bauhaus as design school in Germany at the beginning of the 20th century and was included in the curriculum as a discipline aimed at getting rid of previous acquired prejudice in order to help students personally identify themselves. Now, what do we understand by basic design itself? Basic design is the simplest and most important feature used in planning an artwork. What does that sentence mean? That means it's a blueprint of any execution of an artwork. The laid down principles, the things to consider, the way to go about it, those are basic design. The structure of any artwork is based on the organization of elements according to the design principles. Now, can you see that the use of elements of art and principles of art come into play in every creation of an artwork? So therefore, we have to bear in mind what principles and elements of art is. What are the elements and principles of art? Good. If you've mentioned space, texture, harmony, and the likes, color, those are both elements and principles of art. That means you're correct. What is the first step in any design process? Discovery is the first step of the design process. This is a situation whereby Teams work together to develop an understanding of the problem they are trying to solve and define the path they will take to explore solution. In every organization, there is always a graphics section. This graphics section, they are the one that promotes the image of the company. Now, if the company should come out with a new brand, before it's been launched, they take it to graphics section. The graphics section looks at the product and think of how to sell it to the final consumer. The logo, the color, the fonts, even the design are part of those basic elements they will need to look at. What are the principles of a good design? Here we have 4 principles. We have the contrast, we have the repetition, we have the alignment, and we have proximity. Contrast. When a design uses several elements, for example, fonts, color, size, line, shape, and thickness, the goal is to make each one distinct. When element looks similar, too similar, non-standouts, contrast allows designer to assign characteristics that set elements apart from each other. The dissimilarities or contrast piques people's interest and draws them into the design. This is the reason contrast is often considered the most important principle. Repetition. Repetition helps designers establish relationship, develop organization, and strengthen unity. As this Asian-inspired motif illustrates, the one we're seeing, any number of elements can be repeated, including size, the fonts, the shape, the colors, the texture, line thickness, graphics concept, spatial relationship. Even the motif can be repeated, just to create a beautiful and meaningful result, and also to carry a certain message it's designed for. Alignment. Skilled designers never place anything arbitrarily. All elements should relate to all other in some way. Alignment creates a clean, sophisticated look. In some cases, it can also suggest information hierarchy. Elements out of alignment can be jarring, as with the windows in this picture. The last window, the window in the bottom row, as you can see it. Proximity. When items are grouped or appeared close together, they become a single visual unit rather than several separate entities. Proximity helps organize information, reduces cluster, and give people a clear structure. When looking at this photo of a stained glass window, do you see a series of disjointed shapes, or do you see a series of concentric circles? Failures to apply this principle the failure to apply this principle makes a work of art not accepted. Now imagine why designing a poster or why designing a book cover. The back of the book cover is black, or the back of the book cover is deep purple, and you're not writing, your font color is now black, and the font size is now 6. Can you see that this principle has never been put in place? How would you feel picking up a novel that the back cover is very, very, very disturbing to the eyes? We have so many colors all over. The harmonious color were not there, just picking colors from the primary, secondary, tertiary, just pouring them on the book with different fonts flowing all around. Even me seeing it, it will never be appealing for you to pick and read. But when the illustration done on the book cover and the font and the color are enticing, you will want to take a good look at the content of the book. So in this regard, we will be going into practical. I'll be teaching you how to make